The European Union, EU, has pledged to support Nigeria to fulfill universal human rights obligations. Ambassador Ketil Carlsen, head of EU delegation to Nigeria, made the pledge at the EU-Nigeria Human Rights Dialogue organized by the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. Carlsen, who addressed journalists on outcome of his dialogue with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Geoffrey Onyema, and stakeholders in human rights protection, said they met to review steps taken.
Already the European Union is a very stern partner and believer in human rights as the very bedrock of our external relations and certainly also our relations with Nigeria. We engage through political dialogue, but we engage also with our development cooperation programs. Already in Nigeria we have ongoing programs in the order of 87 million only for human rights issues alone, and we have seen quite significant results in the past. The establishment of 15 sexual assault referral centers, having the sexual offender register launched last year, as some of you may recall, supporting the correctional services, providing as well aid for those Nigerians that have stranded in Libya. We have, as of this morning, provided help for returning 16,102 Nigerians coming back home, providing them with new opportunities here. But of course, we have also had the opportunity to discuss the implications of the insecurity, in particular in the northeast of Nigeria, the implications on people in need for humanitarian aid, and estimated 7.7 million people in need of aid, the internally displaced, and how can we make sure that we have the best human rights conditions for those people that are falling victims of conflictivity.
For his part, Mr. Onyema said that the EU-Nigeria dialogue had become important for government to uphold international standards of human rights practice. Onyema emphasized that the measures aim to achieve government's objective to ensure that human rights is respected in Nigeria.
Nigeria is coming up to use the African peer review mechanism, and we're going to be reviewed the next summit of African heads of state. And there are various aspects of human rights here. For us, it's the bedrock, the cornerstone of our democracy. And you have the regulatory and the legal framework, and we've done a lot of work to put in place robust legislation in the field of human rights. Then the institution building, we have institutions, the Human Rights Commission, and of course NGOs and others who are engaged in monitoring and tracking the respect and observance of human rights in the country. Then, and also as part of that institution building, we're embedding human rights desks in the Ministry of Defense and other security forces within the country, and trying to institutionalize the culture of respect for human rights in our various agencies, especially security agencies.